It's time for the buzz.
It's time for the buzz with the Queen Bee on the Devin Dixon Show.
You know it, Queen Bee in the studio. What's up, girl?
So the weather in Minnesota, as many other places right now, has remained super cold and snowy much longer than expected. So this has created a problem for a lot of outdoor sports, like baseball. So because of this, there are very few indoor stadiums for high school players to play at. So in desperation, the Metrodome, which is at the Mall of America Field, they've been hosting games constantly. And I mean constantly. They have actually been hosting 3 a.m. games for prep school teams desperate for a field.
Really?
Yeah, 3 in the morning. So, I mean, there's literally nowhere else for them to go, no way else for them to play.
I love it.
I know, it's a little, but maybe it's time then for them to build a couple other fields like this. I mean, if you're having high school players play at 3 in the morning.
Well, they do live in Minnesota.
Great. They do, but why wouldn't you have them more domes? You would think that maybe some of the schools could pool together their finances and do this. But anyway.
You know what? You do what you got to do to get those games in.
And they're doing it.
That's awesome, though. They're playing even 3 a.m. games. I wonder what the fan base was like.
They were saying that nobody was there. Even the parents were like, and we're good. Have a great game, honey.
You know, maybe go to bed at 5, get up at 3, and then just go straight to work afterwards. I would find a way.
Brutal. Anyway.
It's warmer inside than outside. At least you're warm.
I know. So, well, they can't even play because the ground's too hard. They're slipping inside and there's snow, and that's just no go. Anyway, on to a story that everybody's been talking about. Mike Rice, as you know, was fired from Rutgers.
I know.
Yesterday morning.
Boo, Mike. Boo.
You know, have you seen the new video that they're posting of him apologizing and feeling all remorseful and blah blah blah?
Yeah, I did, and I understand under the circumstance that people could say, "Oh, that's just him, just now that he's been busted," but I found it to be actually worth hearing. I thought it needed to be said.
Well, I don't disagree with that. It need to be said, but I do actually am one of those people that believe that the only reason he's so remorseful is because he got caught. Until I don't believe other than that, he would continue just this tirade of treating these players like crap.
What he did was despicable. He got exactly what he deserved.
Absolutely.
I do feel bad for his family.
Oh, yeah. It's a disgrace for his own family. I mean, that's terrible.
Cowered down, probably don't want to leave the house, very embarrassed. He's embarrassed them. I mean, it's a tough situation.
And his career's over.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to coach again as an assistant or at a lower level.
Like
but
a D3 school.
Yeah, you know, and people deserve a second chance, but I think it needs to take some time.
I agree. So, you know, take your time, man. Maybe rethink how you treat people.
There's no winning ingredient to the way he acted. I mean, there's no spot for that in sports. And the scary thing is it makes you wonder how often that actually happens elsewhere.
Yeah, where it's not caught on video.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier this week, and you just hope it's not. You know, I mean, put yourself in a parent's shoes of one of those kids. And what is it? The number 5 transfers now. I believe, from Rutgers. There are some players that did speak somewhat in his defense, not entirely, but nobody's listening to that. The damage has been done.
Yeah, it's too late. Anyway, on to FGSU. Everyone's heard about this. Andy Enfield's the newest hire for USC. Woo! Go Trojans! Listen, our team has sucked majorly the past few years. We really need somebody to kind of bring it back.
I don't know if he's the guy, Ray.
You know what? At this point, I'm saying let's do something. At this point, we're at our wit's end. Our basketball team's been terrible.
I think they went with the sexy hire here.
I think they did go with the sexy hire. But you know what? Good for him because he was making $172,000 at his old job. That includes bonuses. He's making over $1 million a year now.
And he doesn't need the money.
And he doesn't. He's got a supermodel wife, so bravo. I'm sure she's happy about the whole thing.
Life is good. Well, he's never been to California. He has no roots. We were talking about how...
she does.
Yeah, but we were talking about how the recruiting connection would be initially for him. I mean, until 2.5 weeks ago, nobody knew who he was.
True. You know what? So
outside of Florida Gulf Coast fans.
I applaud him for jumping on this when he can. This was the smart decision.
Oh,
for
yeah,
him.
he
got the awesomest deal.
$900,000 raise.
I know, it's insane, and he's playing for a huge school. Like, you know, USC is so massive. There's so much. You're just seeing. It's the see and be seen school. So I mean, congrats to him.
There will be pressure though to win.
There is, but you know we've been so bad for so long.
There's nowhere to go but up. Is that
nowhere
what I'm hearing out of the B?
But up. I'm sorry, guys.
I
love my Trojans.
Way to go, Andy.
Okay, here we go. The new Pistons guard, Jose Calderon, followed his Raptor teammates toward the wrong locker room in Toronto. Did you see this?
No, I did not.
This is awesome. It was his first time playing in Toronto since his being traded by the Raptors in January. But his old teammates quickly redirected him out, but everybody had a good laugh about it. He was cracking up about it. Nice work, man. That's a pretty good story.
He's ¿Dónde está el baño?
Yeah, exactly. I think someone got a little confused.
Oh.
All right, pro golfer Bubba Watson. He's actually teamed up with Oakley to create this hovercraft golf cart. Have you seen this video?
Yeah, I have, and I've already put fillers out with people in St. George that want to go in on this thing with me.
I know. They're going to have in all the, like, high-priced golf clubs on, like, Newport, and, like, all of them are going to have them soon. It's just flying across the water. It's, like, on the greens. It's, like, less of a carbon footprint than an actual foot.
It does.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Island Green, no problem. No walking here. Who needs the push cart anymore?
All of these elderly gentlemen playing, golf, they're good to go now.
Hey, Sonny, get out the way.
That's awesome. I love this. So I'm really excited to see how many places start using these.
Are they going to put them into mass production? I haven't really heard what the plans are with this.
They're so expensive right now. I think what are they, like $28,000 or
yeah, I heard somewhere
for something.
But I would have guesstimated that it would have cost like $100,000.
I think I think the current one that they made costs a lot less. I think the original prototype was something around there because, I mean, they've been working on it for a while.
I think it's pretty cool, though, personally.
I think Oakley did a great job.
Oh, well, you look at what they're doing with that, and it's mass production maybe, and Oakley gets a ton of viral hits off of it. I mean, you build that, you can't get that much in advertising nationwide that you can get when everybody goes and checks out that footage. So
right.
I think it was brilliant, kind of like the Jeff Gordon Pepsi Max
That
commercial.
was awesome.
How many hits did that get on YouTube? It's still ticking.
Tons.
I think it's well up over 2 million.
It's still going like crazy. People are still talking about it on Facebook.
Yeah, so very, very smart with Oakley. And I happen to like Oakley's golf attire, but I think it's pretty. And their sunglasses, even though half of the ones I bought are at the bottom of the lake.
Nice work.
Yeah, I still like their brand. Smart,
I have no say on their golf attire. Just
Bubba wants
to
keep that one, though. I think Bubba already spoke for that one. I don't think it's for sale.
I don't think it's going anywhere. Anyway, so let's see. Florida Atlantic University. Remember there was that whole deal about they're going to name their stadium after this for-profit prison group? Well, finally that got shut down. So that is dead. That is a done deal. They got so much backlash for it that they realized there's actually someone too shady to sponsor a field. So good job. Thank God. Anyway, Brian Banks signed with the Atlantic Falcons this week. Now, do you remember Brian Banks? Do you remember the story? Accused of rape at 17, in jail for 5 years, a monitor as a sex offender for the next 5 years, and then all of a sudden the woman recanted. Admitted she made up the story because she was...
I remember hearing about that, yeah.
Yep.
Tragic.
He got signed. And so this is awesome. So he's with the Falcons now. He's kind of like doing all the interviews and everything. So I'm just saying congratulations to him because that is awesome. 10 years late, but at least he still got his shot after, all this went down. And he got it fair and square. He worked his butt off.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I do remember the story now that you bring it up and kind of recap it. Yeah, everybody's rooting for that kid. This was actually last year. He was actually had some tryouts, and this year you're saying he got signed.
He did get signed. Yeah.
Talk about persistence and a long road to hoe. My goodness.
The great thing about it is he really only had to put in hard work, like this kind of hard work, for 1 year, where he could physically do the work with the teams, and he made it this quick, which means he worked so hard and he impressed so many people, which means never gave up hope. And you know what? That is a great story. So I really love stories like that. Anyway. Danish professional golfer Andreas Harto. So he's a golfer with 3 wins, including one as an amateur on the European Tour. And this week he made news for hitting a chip shot while in the water while pantsless. I don't know if you saw this. Not only was he pantsless, he got out of the water, toweled himself off, and then he kind of shuffled his way to mark his ball, still pantsless. And then finally decided to put on his pants. It's pretty sweet. You can find it online. It's a pretty great video, and it's hilarious. And he's a young guy, so it's not like an old guy running around without his pants. It's actually pretty funny. So there you go. Anyway.
Are you going to try that one of these days?
I don't play golf, so I think I'll stick without it. I think you should, though. I think you have a great time.
No. I want to be able to play at that course again.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Shaquille O'Neal, he had his retired jersey put up this week by the Lakers. Except there was one problem. His jersey was backwards. They put his name on the front of the jersey instead of the back. So they said they've already realized what's going on and they're already trying to fix it. But how do you make that mistake? I'm sorry. How does that even happen? You know what? I don't know. All I could say is...
Drinking again on the job.
Somebody's drinking, having a great time, doing a little something else, apparently. But anyway, good job, guys. Nice work, Staples Center. Woohoo! Anyway. Okay, on to Heath Bell of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He gave up 2 home runs earlier this week, and no one feels worse about it than him. Except for maybe the woman that was hit in the face with one of the home runs. While her husband cowered in fear and jumped out of the way. It was like back in 2010 when a woman's boyfriend infamously bailed as a foul ball came screaming at her. Let me just say, if you're dating someone and they're jumping out of the way...
Not for you.
Not for you. So, Jeff, don't even think about it.
Might want to take him to a superhero movie next time and warm him up before he go to the ballpark.
I would be so upset. I'd be like, seriously?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? So yeah, good job, guys. But the fact this happened
Once
twice
she recovered,
in 3
I'm
years,
surprised he didn't get hit in the face with that baseball.
and he was patting her head like a puppy after. It was like the most ridiculous thing.
Shouldn't he be trying to catch the ball? Did he whiff on the ball?
No, it kind of bounced, and so he ducked and covered, but they both ducked and covered, but somehow it just clocked her on the side of the face. I don't know. I sure know that he wasn't trying to protect her. That was quite evident. He was man for himself, all men for themselves. Duck and cover. Man, you suck. Good job protecting the wife.
All our listeners, next time you go to a baseball game, be the hero.
Yeah, don't be the loser that lets your wife fend for herself, because that just sucks. What, are you going to do that for your kids, too? Good job. Final story. This is great. For all of those of you who have dirty minds, which is a lot of us, you guys need to go to Deadspin.com to check out this curse word NCAA bracket they've come up with, using all the dirty words on the planet, even a lot I've actually never heard of. I obviously cannot repeat any of these words on the air, but if you go to Deadspin.com, you will have a fantastically good laugh, and they're at the top 8 words right now.
Really?
It is. They had words, and I looked at one of my bosses, and he's like, "Oh, I know all those words." I was like, "I've never even heard a lot of those." Dude, where have you been? I thought I knew a lot. No. So
it's like the cuss word bracket.
It is the cuss word
and
bracket.
And the worst cuss word advances.
Oh, it's so awesome. I was just sitting there cracking up. So, yeah, if you Deadspin.com, check it out. It's a little bit down, but you'll be able to find it pretty easily.
All right, that is your Buzz with the Queen Bee. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, Buzz Type Trivia. What are we playing today?
We are playing, let's see, Freak Accidents.
Freak Accidents. We'll start taking your calls, and we've got some giveaways for you. 673-9398 when we play Buzz Time Trivia after this.
At Star Nursery, we've been growing with our community since 1983, and we still continue to offer great prices. Right now, choose from a variety of 5-gallon vines starting at $14.88 each. Star Nursery, the right price, the best advice. St. George and Washington City.
Should you pay, or do you split the check? Is it okay to break up via text message? On someone's birthday? Should you give her flowers? Picked from our own front yard? Navigating the dating scene can be tricky. In our continuing effort to make dating easier on everyone, Cupid.com presents The Rules of Dating.
Rule 52. Never ever call your ex the one that got away. Rule 77. Only play your band's demo tape if the date is going really well. I mean, really well. Rule 18. Direct eye contact is important, as long as it's not with someone sitting behind your date.
These rules of dating have been brought to you by Cupid.com. Cupid.com is free and easy to join, and hundreds of single people in your area seeking love and friendship are already Cupid.com members. And more are joining every day. Just sign up at Cupid.com and start having fun and meeting people. Cupid.com, voted best dating site of 2013 at the iDate Conference.
Cupid, 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 Cupid.com.
At Star Nursery, we've been growing with our community since 1983, and we still continue to offer great prices. Right now, get Dr. Q's Plant Foods, 5-pound bag for $5.99. Star Nursery, the right price, the best advice. St. George and Washington City.
Hey, this is Washington City Mayor Kenny Nielsen. I'd like to invite you to come play Green Spring Golf Course. Green Spring features a scenic 18-hole layout. This month we have a mayor special where you can come play 9 holes with a cart Sunday through Thursday for just $25. 18 holes with a cart for just $49. Like to do your golf on Friday and Saturday? No problem. It's only $30 for 9 and $59 for 18. Call Green Spring Golf Course and book your tee time today. 673-PUTT and tell them the mayor sent you.
The Smile Doctor, Dr. Brian Tavoyan, has offered state-of-the-art dentistry with his friendly staff for over 20 years. If dental work is necessary, Dr. Brian Tavoyan will show you the options and let you decide. Almost all insurance is accepted. Ask about 0% financing on approved credit. Dr. Tavoyan offers free teeth whitening to all new and existing patients with regular checkups. Dr. Brian Tavoyan at the same location since 1992 at 510 South Main in the Cedar Professional Building. Call the Smile Doctor, Dr. Brian Tavoyan, to set up your next dental appointment at the easiest phone number in Cedar City, 586-0123. That's 586-0123.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Tavoyan. Please call my office today for your next dental appointment. Both new and existing patients are extremely important to us, so we are the only office I know of that offers free whitening for both new and existing patients. Call Barb at 586-0123 to set up your appointment. We wish you the best and make it a great day.
Devin Dixon.
He's the man.
Sports with an attitude. Weekdays 4 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, sports fans. Buzz Time Trivia. Queen Bee in, and we'll get to your phone calls. Freak